American ISIS fighter raps about killing Catholics. This is a story brought to us by our lovely editor D, and she told me this, and I was like, what? Okay, let's get into it. Harafa Hussein Abdi, a 41-year-old naturalized American citizen originally from Somalia, has recently been charged by federal prosecutors for his involvement with ISIS, including producing violent rap lyrics targeting Catholics. After moving back to Somalia in 2015, Abdi joined ISIS fighters and received military training while working in the group's media wing. His explicit support for ISIS was encapsulated in a 2017 audio clip where he rapped. Okay, let me attempt to do this rap for you guys. Okay. Hollow tips put a hole in your Catholic vest, chop his head off, let it rest on his Catholic chest. Okay. Showcasing his violent rhetoric against infidels and threatening to attack New York City in the name of jihad. After a fallout with ISIS leadership, he was arrested and then imprisoned by the group, which he eventually escaped. He was eventually captured in East Africa, where he was arrested and subsequently extradited to the United States, um, highlighting the global efforts to counter ISIS's reach and propaganda. So, this, okay, let me back up and give a little explanation here. So, there was this man, he was born in Somalia. And at some point, I believe, if I remember the timeline correctly, when he was, I think, a child, he was brought to the United States. And then by, I think, around 2006, he naturalized into becoming an American citizen. Then around, yes, 2015, he left the States, went back to Somalia, and started training with ISIS. And there's like a lot of footage of him being trained on AK-47s, constantly having the AK on him, all this stuff. And then he began producing content for ISIS's propaganda and media wing. And then so this was revealed because the DOJ, the Department of Defense, basically filed a complaint against him was unsealed. So, that's actually a good reminder to say that he has not been tried in a court of law. You know, people innocent until proven guilty. These are allegations from the Department of Justice. Okay. This is all alleged. So in this complaint that was filed, these are details from the complaint against him that was filed. And then the details will be hashed out in court. And so basically he moved from Minnesota to Somalia and started, just living his ISIS lifestyle, and including, I love the rap videos about the jihad. I don't know. That's just so funny to me.
About what?
He was rapping about killing the Catholics. He's rapping about jihad. He's rapping about blowing up
Oh,
New York
jihad.
City. YouTube, we are reporting for the sake of educational purposes. These are not our beliefs. We are stating the quotes from other people for educational purposes only. Another clip that was quoted in the complaint against him was okay, quote, fighting back the kuffar who's at war with Muslims. If that's not Islam, I don't know what's Islam. So, and then I want to know the backstory of, because in the complaint it mentions this very briefly, that he had a falling out with the leadership of ISIS, and then they basically he had problems with the leadership, and then they they arrested him, they imprisoned him. So then he was imprisoned by ISIS for a long time until he had to freaking escape ISIS prison and then flee into East Africa,
Wait, wait, so
and then
he
he
was
gets
pro
arrested again. Like,
ISIS?
what is happening?
Wait, so he was pro ISIS and then he got arrested by ISIS?
Yeah, yeah,
Why?
yeah.
Why was he arrested by ISIS?
I don't know. I want to know. I want to know. Because, okay, it says Abdi left ISIS camp in 2017 after his relationship with ISIS's group leadership deteriorated. After being jailed by the group, Abdi escaped and traveled to East Africa, where he was arrested by law enforcement authorities. And then he's been extradited to the US. Um, but like, so he only lasted 2 years. How many of those years was he imprisoned? Because it said that
We don't know.
he left the camp when he escaped in 2017. So that means he was only there for 2 years. How long was he in jail, in ISIS jail?
What
So
it
I don't know.
was
I
it
don't know why that detail makes me giggle.
was he arrested because of his rap was just so bad? Like they just didn't appreciate.
Yeah.
No?
Yeah. Bullet holes in a Catholic vest.
Yeah.
Chop his head off. Put it on his Catholic chest. Like,
Oh my god.
what?
Really? That's his oh my god.
Oh,
Okay. Wait, so what was he
this
why was
guy
he
out of here.
but why was he arrested by the Americans? Not because of his rap or because he just joined ISIS, right? He tried to join ISIS.
So it said that
Like
he was
that's
arrested in, they just say East Africa. I don't know where in East Africa.
oh,
They just say East Africa. They just say he was arrested in East Africa. I don't know why. I don't know
oh.
which authorities arrested him. Was it American agents overseas that arrested him? Was it local authorities that arrested him for this? Or did they arrest him for
This is
something else? I
this
don't
should be a
know.
movie.
I know. I want
This
to
should
know
be a
what's going
movie.
on.
This should be a movie. Is he going to, where is he now?
He got extradited back to America and he is going to trial.
So we're going to know the details then.
Eventually, it's probably going to take a few years.
Okay, that's good. We will have the answer. Peter Peter is saying too cringy for ISIS.
Exactly. Thank you.
Mm,
You know, we can put up with a
yeah.
lot of things in this life,
They're
and
like
cringe is not one of them.
ISIS were like, you're making us look bad. This is like we have a
Oh,
reputation here.
brother, get this guy out of here. Yeah, so
All right.
D sent me that story just with the caption like he was rapping about Catholics. I'm like, oh no, I gotta read this.
Why specifically Catholics? He must have
Worthy
had.
a mom.
All right. Let me see if we've been demonetized because of the things you said so far. We're still monetized. What is that?
Wow.
Yeah.
When we're literally talking about ISIS and cutting people's heads off. Wow.
I get demonetized saying hi to people in the live chat, and you don't get demonetized even talking about chopping up. Okay.
I know. Well,
I
because like
think
I always say, the YouTube
YouTube
is
is
the
messing.
greatest of gaslighters.
Mm-hmm.
You can say
I
many
see your
things,
point.
but YouTube is the greatest of gaslighters. Oh, Sid Dave
You got a
sent us a
super chat.
super chat. Thank you.
Yeah.
Sid saying Mongolia today is a democracy, but all their former colonies, the former colonies of Mongolia, as I will now be referring to all of you. But all of their former colonies, Russia, China, Iran, Iraq, Syria, North Korea, are dictatorships except for South Korea and Ukraine. Good
Mhm.
point.
We should have let the Mongols rule. We would have been democracies now. Yeah, you're right. China would have been a great Mongolian democratic empire.
Yeah.
China. Do you know who makes the most amazing, gorgeous, and other adjectives that I can't use here on YouTube, blasphemous art ever? We do. And for some reason, we are giving it away for free. Download them now using the link in the description before we change our mind.